What is up, Rusty Gamers? I'm Rustin Man, and welcome back to Age of Decadence. So, we just learned that Thing wants to kill Cassus because he is the new lore master, and you know, Fang does not like to win, and apparently he may have. You see, what does that say? You see a man attempting to preach to a crowd of curious onlookers. He's climbed onto a pile of rocks the better to make himself heard. Despite that, it doesn't seem to be going well. He is having to shout over the jeering. Okay, well, let's go take a look. You see a man, stay and listen, why not? Look around you, he booms, facing reddening with frustration. What more do you need to realize that we are on the wrong path? For thousands of years, we've tried to build a better world for ourselves, for our children. And for thousands of years, we have failed. What is left of mankind's great works, our glorious empire, ruins, rubble, dust. For emphasis, he kicks a stone. From the pile he stands on, and it clatters noisily to the cobblestone, the crowd momentarily hushed by the vehemence. Stay and listen. Open your eyes, all of you. See the mankind for what it is, lost, stumbling through the darkness, a darkness that is our own foolishness. Foolish, wicked nature is blinding us. We have no light to guide us out of our misery, no shepherd to lead us to our greater pastures. In our arrogance, we built a monument to glorify our own pride, gilded halls of vanity and excess. We believed that our palaces would be eternal, impervious to the tides of time and fate that swept aside all merely mortal accomplishments. Frail as summer flowers we were, yet we believed ourselves as the mighty lion, golden and proud, the entire world ours to stalk and prey upon. In our pride, we forgot our pact with heaven. We forgot that the very first kinship came from the gods. We forgot these same gods, scorned their power. Worse, we believed ourselves to be gods. We held our empire to equal to heaven itself. But we are not the gods' equals, but we are but beggars before the divine, the lowliest of the low. We must seek their forgiveness, beg them to turn not from us as they turned away from the corruption of the old empire. The man is gesturing wildly now, his eyes burning with zeal. And for a moment, more the spell holds, the crowd subdued in the face of his conviction. But only for a moment. Stay and listen. Alright, I guess that's it. Yep, that ends and everybody's gone. Okay. Interesting. You see an ancient fountain broken and waterless. Patches of weeds and grass grow from the mud covering the bottom, sustained by infrequent rains and profuse. Okay. Let's see. I guess I could go back. I imagine this is where I go. Yeah, there's Dellar. I wonder, what if I go to Dellar with this? Will Dellar do anything? I wonder, will Dellar like attack him or something? Let's go find out. You're standing in front of the talk to Dellar. Alright. What do you want, Praetor? I've heard you raided caravans back in the day. I did. What of it? What could you tell me about it? Charisma, success! There is nothing to tell. I was young and good with a sword. I took a job guarding caravans, you know. See the world, kill a few men, make a few coins. The romance of the wasteland. Turned out it was just another shit job for shit pay. I worked it for 3 years and then decided that maybe it was time to switch sides. Just like that. Nothing happens just like that. You ever worked caravans? Good men are expensive. So the merchant guilds hire what comes cheap. Kids, rejects, cutthroats. They start dropping like flies after an attack or two, which means less sleep, more shit to deal with for those who live. You are always up, always working. You and the slaves who pull the damn carts after a while you start wondering who has it easier, you or the slaves. So what made you change sides? A sword to my throat, the most convincing argument there is. We were doing a 2-week run. A few days in, we hit a storm. The sand was everywhere. You couldn't see anything. Couldn't even open your eyes. The boss man told us to press on, and we did. To be fair, nobody thought that we could be attacked in this storm. The raiders picked our men off one by one. By the time we'd realized what was happening, it was too late. They gave me a chance to live, and I took it. Didn't even think about it. What happened after that? We raided for a few years, though. Those were the good days. If I was smarter, I would have quit when I was ahead. But when I was young, I thought we were a force to be reckoned with. And we were, until the merchants paid the Imperial Guards to put us out of business. They sent me into the iron mines. I did 10 years at a place called the Second Chance. It was a big empty pot called the town, with passages going off in every direction. The main ore deposits were long gone, but you could find a bit here and there. That's what the tunnels were for. Every day you trade ore for food. No ore, no food. It's a simple system that brings the best out of people. How did you escape? I waited for an opportunity since the days that put me there. Only took 10 years. Thought about going back to raiding. I have. I've also thought about going back into the mines. I believe that one comes with the other, and it's the other that I'm not looking forward to. There are 3 ways to make a living if you're good with a sword. You can do it for nothing, guarding caravans, or fighting for the Imperial Guards. You can do it for yourself, and sooner or later you'll piss off someone who swats you like a fly that would be the end of it. Or you can do it smart and work for someone like Antidus. He needs me as much as I need him. He goes up, I go up with him. He goes down, well, nobody lives forever. Is there anything you can teach me? I suppose I could spare a minute. Dellar starts talking about swordsmanship, footwork, and precision, giving you a number of good pointers. Thanks. Let me ask something else. Take me to Antidus. Alright. It better be important. Anything I can do to help. Talk to Dellar. There are some things he needs help with. I will. Okay. Nothing at the moment. Alright, so exactly what am I supposed to do? Let's see, where's that quest log? Quest log? Alright. New lore, deal with Cassius. Find a way to get rid of Cassius, Fing's rival, or take him to Dellar. He should be waiting at the end. Okay, so Cassius was actually waiting at the end. Where's the end? Actually, I remember where the end is, because this is one of the first things I chose. It should be right here, right? This is the end. Am I running or walking? Well, I'm walking, hopefully running now. It does use the same system as a Dead State, so yeah. Okay, looks like I'm running. Actually, textures in this game are actually pretty good, you know? Like, the atmosphere, the environments are beautiful. Alright, let's see. You see the local inn, a large old building in the middle of town. The sign in the front welcomes weary travelers and offers an impressive variety of services at reasonable prices. That sounds good to me. Let's see, are you the merchant I need to talk to? No, you're just a merchant. You look like you're in the market for some fine clothing and armor. Am I right? Step right up and take a look. Alright. Well, I don't think I can do either of those, so let's browse his wares, see if he's got anything. Whoa, he's got a bunch of weapons here. What have we got here? A bunch of bronze weapons. So I imagine it's going to go like bronze, steel, stuff like that. Like, what is this? The hand crossbow. Heavy crossbow. Yeah, we got bronze weaponry. So I imagine bronze would be the lowest class of weapon. Or maybe it's not the lowest. I don't know. Wood would probably be the lowest, I imagine. Oh, there's Cassius. What do we got over here? Storyteller. You see the inn's patrons getting to gather around a strangely garbed man who paces in circles, muttering. A murmur of expectations runs through the room, and sure enough, the man stops his pacing and turns, and with a dramatic flourish of cries, a tale. All are quiet now, but the man's rich, deep voice rolls out to fill the silence. A tale for the night's entertainment, and what a tale. History itself will unfold before your very eyes, a tale of mystery and wondering. Come one, come all. Alright. Well, let's just stay and listen here. The smile drops. The great war rage across the empire, the frenzied Centauri burning and looting their way across the land, our brave legions fighting them to stem the tide. But though they could only hold the Centauri themselves, even they were no match for those terrible demons of the Centauri had brought with them from their homeland. Our loyal soldiers were slaughtered by the thousands. The Emperor's magi sought to counter the terrible might of the demons of their magics. But even though they worked feverishly to devise new spells, it was of no use. The demons shrugged off every incantation the magi hurled at them. Desperate for a solution, the Emperor summoned Abu Hassan Imhadad al-Sarabi, the first of the magi, to his side of the holiest of chambers deep under the palace. Okay, continue. Oh, learned one, tell me, said the Emperor. Tell me what you have found, a solution to the wisest of my servants. Tell me that you discovered some weakness in the accursed Centauri demons. Tell me we can destroy these monsters who feel no pain, no fear, who never tire or rest. And Abu did stroke his beard gravely. Storyteller stops to mime Haddad's gesture. I'm going to say Haddad's. This is going to be way easier. Folding his arm, looking through the stroking of an imaginary beard to the chuckles of the audience before continuing, and said to his emperor, we must seek allies. The emperor, mortal allies. Okay, this seems just like a bunch of lore. Another story emissary. Patiently they waited for the emissary to return. He did not return, and sent them away and returned to his tower to travel the past and the future one last time. Okay. So he going back in time, I guess. He had his brothers. Stopped from Svenias, all eyes brought him in the audience, perhaps. 7 days and 7 nights his brethren held vigil before the doorway. But on the 7th day, on the 8th day, they had given up for lost. The lords of the place had agreed to send 3 of their number in aid. The Empire in exchange. The storyteller stopped talking and bows. The war, yells one of the guests. Tell us about the war. Tell us how the lords in the other realms cast down the Qatari demons. Storyteller straightens again, raises an eyebrow at the man, smiling like a benevolent uncle teaching a lesson to his favorite nephew. 100 tales I could tell about the Great War. And then I guess this is why, though, and his allies came and defeated the demons, the old empire could not be saved. The old empire had already fallen, for that was always her fate, to die that day in the blood and fire. Okay. So I'm going to guess he found allies, but basically shit already hit the fan. Do you really believe in demons? Do you believe they're the reason the empire fell? What do you thought about the Qatari? Are they really bloodthirsty savages, as the stories say? Can you tell me about these lords that came? Much has been written on the subject of the High Lords. Too much, I'd say. The accounts contradict each other. The High Lords were here. No, they were there. No, they did this and that. One even begins to suspect that many of the authors weren't actually present at the events, and they speak with such authority. So how did they defeat Qatari then? Surely there must have been some agreement on that. What did they do that our legions and Magi could not? The stories. On that, the silence is silent. They talk on length. The power of the High Lords and that Galath, the Dreamer, could shape reality as easily as you and I could run our hands through water. That wherever Barhathor and the Flamewalker went, the ground itself burned in his wake and flowed like water. And that Thor Agath, known as the Artificer. Oh my god, okay. And he constructed devices such as he can dream. Terrible engines and alien machines beyond understanding of the men. The stories and the unanimous of these details, but how the High Lords actually defeated the Qatari demons, I am afraid they are silent. Perhaps only it is Ibn Haddad. First of the Magi knew that. They really believe they were demons. Ruins, destruction, the rotting corpses of demons could have only demons could have done such things. Okay. Well, as I believe, okay. So nobody actually knows why things are the way they are. They assume the Qatari did all this, I guess. Oh, wait, we need to go back to Cassius. What can we do with Cassius? 42-year-old Lord Master Cassius, contemptuously called young Cassius by his gray-haired colleagues, has never understood the appeal of digging through dirt and ruins like a rat. Instead, he preferred to spend his time among neatly preserved scrolls, studying the work of many prominent Lord Masters of the antiquity and hundreds of accompanying commentaries he considered indispensable. Master Cassius was working on his second tractate, analyzing the manifestation of the divine will in year 4052, when Antidas emissaries invited him to Teron. Cassius arrived early and was getting tired of waiting when you showed up and graced him with your attention. Is there something you want? So I can either lure him to the abandoned house, or take him to Lord Antidas. One will probably end up with me getting in a conflict, which I imagine if I take him to Lord Antidas, Fang will come after me, or Fang will attempt to kill Antidas and or whatever, I don't know. But I think I'm going to take him to Antidas. Let's take him to Antidas. Master Cassius says, "Welcome to Teron. I'll take you to the Lord Antidas in a moment. You gain a new insight which can be used to increase your skill as their return reputation gained. Loyalty increased." Alright, sweet. I have a task for you. One of the caravan masters reported seeing a small group of Aurelian legionnaires escorting a man. Take 2 men with you and bring him here. I'd like to know who he is and what he's doing skulking around in our backyard. I need some time to prepare. Don't take too long. Okay. I guess actually I don't need time to prepare, but let's just go. Let's go find out what happens. Alright. Talk to Dellar. Intercept him. Let's go see what happens. Praetor. You know the area well, and it doesn't take long for you to find the Aurelian men slowly moving through the unfamiliar windows. The group is small like Praetor and 3 legionnaires. 2 of them wounded, followed by a limping man in robes. You wait for them to approach you. Raiders, explains the Praetor, too tired for the courtesies. That bastard ambushed us. Who's your friend? I am Sorhab, says the robed man, except in speech betrays his Bacterian origin. I, a lore master. I serve Lord Gallius. He would be most grateful for the assistance. The way he says Lord Gallius shows that he expects nothing but instant obedience and servitude. You'll have to come with us. The Praetor nods and changes his grip on the spear. Things are about to get ugly. Gallius will crucify us if we let him take him, he says after a pause. Persuasion. Success. Very well. My men will accompany you to Master Sorbit's Teron. Sweet. House Deraton reputation and Peacemaker reputation increase. Boom! See, it was important to grab the persuasion buff. What up? Well done, Rusted Man. I assume that Sorab was heading for the old ruins. The Aurelians was set up camp there a while ago. Looks like they did not find something worth looking at. So now what? Now Master Sorab will enjoy the hospitality of our torture chambers. They aren't as sophisticated as Gallius' dungeons, but I'm sure they'll get the job done. Let me talk to him first. Dellar shrugs. If you think you can trust what he says, I'll tell you. Talk to Shrub. Okay, let's go. I'm a lore master, says Shrub over and over again, frustrated that nobody able to grasp the simple fact and let him go. I'm not interested in the affairs of men, I'm interested in machines. Can't you explain that to him? I'm afraid it's more complicated than that. What machines were you going to fix? An ore smelter. The descriptions can't be trusted. As you can see, there is no cause for alarm here, if you'd... Intelligence. See if I can do that. Intelligence. Okay, apparently that worked. Then you know more than I do. Persuasion. It's just an old fancy smelter. We'll blow it up and be done with it if it's something more interesting. I think it's in your best interest to give us a good reason. Yes, and our persuasion succeeded. If it's what I think it is, then it can smelt blue steel. There are 2 smiths who can forge blue steel. If the machine can do it, do you realize the significance of this? I do, Lord Gallius. Blue steel-clad army will be able to mow through anything standing in its way. Now, tell me what I need to know. Sorga sighs. This is a mantra. It is set of step-by-step instructions. If you can follow them, which does require at least some understanding of mechanical elements and principles, then you should be able to get it working. Once it's up and running, change these parameters. Explains what you need to do in detail, making sure that you understand what needs to be done. Keep in mind that producing blue steel will require a lot more power. You need to be able to produce a lot. Okay, House Deraton, reputation keys. Write it down. Sweet. How did it go? He says it's a smelter. A blue steel smelter. A blue steel smelter? Yeah, swelter? I just said that. No wonder Gallius wanted it so badly. Can you fix it? Hard to say. Sorab said that it would require a lot more power, whatever that means. Means you'll need those little tubes filled with magic of the old days. This is awesome. I love this. I love the take on how it was I'm gonna guess at least in the industrial there was electricity. There was I don't know how far into the future they were, and then suddenly we're back into the Stone Age, Roman style times. I love it. Filled with magic of old days. I hope that Aurelians brought enough with them. If not, I'm sure you can find them in the Madorian. There are a few things that one can't buy there. Anyway, let's deal with the Aurelians first and worry about the blue steel later. Also, while you're out there skulking in the wilderness, take a look at the Raiders' camp. You gain a new insight which can be used to increase your skills. You gain a new insight into the liberal arts and trades which can be used to increase your non-combat skills. The Raiders' camp? You missed it? A few days ago, as a raider walked in and started making demands, claiming that his gang had captured a lord. We didn't take the bastard seriously and used him for target practice. Then it turned out that Tiberius, that useless tit, is really missing, but it was too late. So take a look at the camp, will you? If it's something you can handle alone, by all means, do it. We have too many problems as it is. Having one less thing to worry about will help us out a lot. What can you tell me about the mining camp? Not much. Ruins are everywhere, but we do have enough money and people to look around under every stone. We don't have enough. A few weeks ago, House Aurelian set up a camp there and just started digging. They may have something there, something we don't know about. Or they have nothing and they're just waiting for us to give them an excuse to attack Teron. Where do they get supplies? Good question. They are too far from Meridon to be supplied regularly, and they aren't used to living off the land. Ask around and see what you can find. Will do. Alright. So with that, guys, we get to find it. We have 6 skill points, 24 skill points, and 4 skill points. Plus, however many else I gained from the previous quest. With that, guys, we're going to end this episode here. So please hit that like button if you like this video. Give me a good old thumbs up. I would appreciate it very much. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of Age of Decadence. Definitely a beautifully crafted RPG. I love the lore. There's just so much of it. So much of it. I hope you're enjoying it too. With that, subscribe if you're not currently subscribed. Join the rest of gamers. Be a part of the community. And with that, thanks for watching. Take it easy.